Hi. I think we're live. I can't see anything through the sheet. Well, welcome to Social Sprint number 2. I am joined by some of my favorite ghosts. My name is Stig. I am a writer and a professional hot mess, and also a ghost today. This is our contribution for the Halloween vibes. Why don't we take a round of applause for ourselves for these costumes? I can't see if you're clapping, but I'll take your word for it.
There we go.
And then also, if you
I
ladies want
myself on the back.
I'll allow it. If you ladies want to introduce yourselves.
Who's first? Tell us who's
We'll
next
start
to
with
you.
Violet.
Okay, it's me, Violet, of the channel Writing Violet. This one. Yeah, I have a channel and I have a book club called the Nostalgia Train Book Club that also has its own YouTube channel that you should subscribe to. We're reading City of Bones this month, and we'll be taking a break for November and be back in December with The Hobbit.
Which I'm very excited about. Anne, anything you want to talk about? Any books you want to plug? Like your published ones, for example?
My name's Sophie Anne, according to Stig.
I say that all the time.
I'm
so sorry. I don't know why.
It's fine. Who cares about the right order of names? I don't. I have books, but I can't hold them up because I'm blind. But I think they're great. And I also have a book club. And we're reading the Atlas 6 this month. I mean, I am. We have other picks. I don't know what they are because I only care about myself.
Is it good?
I don't know. I haven't started.
Okay. When's the book club?
It's on Thursday at 5 p.m. EST. So
isn't Atlas 6 one of them thick ones?
No, it's not that thick. It's fine. I can show you once I'm unblinded.
Okay. Malin? Live from London?
I'm Malin. I will apologize in advance because my internet broke down yesterday and for the next 5 days, yay! So I'm hotspotting from my phone and hopefully this goes okay. You can find me on my channel, Malin Tries, which used to be Malin Tries to Read, but then I started to write a lot more. So I do a lot of vlogs about my writing and reading, and I try to post them in a semi-regular manner. That's it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I think we're gonna jump into a sprint pretty quickly. I would go through comments, but I can't see. So I don't quite know where my cursor is.
Someone take a screenshot of us as ghosts, please, and send it to us, because we can't.
Yeah, I can't see. I can probably try and find my print screen key if I do my keyboard guiding. This was a very good idea, but very bad idea at the same time.
We'll improve next year.
Yeah.
I can't believe initially you wanted us to do this for the whole stream.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been with like cut out eyes, but then YouTube bitches didn't want to destroy your sheets. So this is a middle ground. I just need to unveil so I can actually see who's here. Let's see. We have Lexi. Hello. Nina and Tosh. Cool Gamer. Malin is someone's favorite ghost. Nina's favorite ghost.
Oh.
Emily is very confused. And Tosh, leave the room for 1 second, and here we are. Yeah, we're gonna jump into a sprint, and then everyone who desires can unveil, so we can actually see what's going on here. Let's see.
I feel like this is a vibe, though. Like, no one can tell me to be productive like this.
That is very fair. I also feel like... where's Laura's channel? Laura, where are you? I need you. Laura Nettles. After the whole timer scandal, I need to just... There you go.
I make timers too.
Yes, I know, but I have no buts. I know. I just didn't choose them, and I'm so sorry.
Just don't love us like that. It's okay.
And we're going into a sprint, and then we'll be back.
I can't mute myself until I'm ghost.
I'll mute you.
Thank you.
Lies, I won't.
Ooh.
Don't look at my mentioned or recommended, please.
Why not?
Because I can't vouch for what's in there, basically.
Fair.
I'm getting feedback from someone. Oh, it's my own stream that I'm watching in the background. Never mind. How did y'all do for that sprint? Also, I guess we're not dead anyway.
Yeah. I got some tea and I put it in my ghosty mug
nice.
to be on theme.
Oh, that's so
the
cute.
cutest.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
Adorable.
adorable.
And then I did some, Preptobering in my Preptober
Exciting.
notebook.
Sophia? Nope. And Sophie? I was watching your nameplate now because I'm like, I'm not getting this wrong this time. But then
I played you.
Wrong name. Yeah, I got.
It's okay. I got bored. I had some toast, and then I started proofreading Celeste's book, which was supposed to be back to her yesterday, but it's not.
Are you the bad art friend?
Oh, I absolutely am. The bad anything friend. I could never meet the deadline.
And the very fashionable Malin, how did you do?
I wrote about 100 words, very little, because I made my coffee, went to check the puppy, and tried to repair the internet again. So,
but you have a puppy, so you win anyway.
Correct.
I would say I do accept that I'm sleep deprived, but as soon as he's a little bit bigger and we can sleep through the night, then yes, I will feel like I win.
Is he allowed in the bed, or is he like a strict? No, you can't come. We don't want you.
He's not allowed in the bed, but last night we broke and he was allowed in the bedroom and not in the crate anymore. And this is the only way we managed to have a full night of sleep. And I think we just needed it.
That's how they get you, one paw at a time.
Yeah. But he's not whining to get out of the crate and then it's okay to be back in. So it's really like he's going to hurt himself. You can tell he's trying to break out of prison, basically. It's not working. So I just don't think. And then we put him next to the bed and he slept through the night. So it was like, maybe this is just it.
Yeah, or maybe you just need to take him in the bed.
Yeah.
We got some more people joining. Also, Sarah, yes, this did turn into a Taylor Swift video for a moment, but due to me visually impairing, I couldn't commit to the bet for the whole thing, basically. But yeah, I hope that was a fun intro. Oh, the hat goes now too. Bye.
Bye, Ad.
We have a Leonie joining us. Guten Morgen, wie geht's? We had a author, Lauren Adele. Hello. We had a whole Iola Books. Oh, that rolled nicely off the tongue. That's nice. A whole Iola Books. I like it. We had an Emily. We had an Emily earlier too. But hello again, Emily. Setting up Secret Santa. Ooh. I wish I could do that with my family, but they're horrible gift givers.
I thought you were going to say horrible people.
Well, that too, but that's unrelated to this conversation. So, how is the Writeathon going for both you people, lovely co-hosts, and people in chat? And what are you working on for the Writeathon? And what is your social security number?
And if you could add your mother's maiden name as well.
What?
Your favorite
Oh yeah,
name?
your mother's name and then the street you grew up in, and your first pet, if you don't mind.
Oh my gosh, you guys are too much.
This is when the
first
cult
stream
becomes
I really
money
have
grabby.
been to of the Writeathon. Because I mean, time zone wise, it didn't really work out
No,
to
it
join
started
earlier.
at 11:30 for me, so I'm like, I'll be sleeping.
Yeah, so
A choice.
yeah, and I mean, this is the long one, right? The 48-hour one, so it's like a little bit less
Yeah.
pressure.
I kind of hate though, because I'm like, I'm a completionist. I want to catch them all, but I can stay awake for 48 hours to catch them all. So
Yeah.
I liked it better when it was like 24 hours and I could actually commit to the bet.
Yeah.
Committed.
Pros and cons. Well, I mean, that's why there's multiple Writeathons a year, so some of them you can commit to, and some of them. Anyways,
fair.
yeah, I have other
But I
stuff
need
going on
everyone
this
to cater
weekend,
to
so
my
I can't
needs.
like. What?
I need everyone to cater to my needs.
Ah, yes, of course.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't have any big plans. Just slowly chipping away at Preptober.
What are you prepping for?
My rom-com.
Ooh,
My rom-com
exciting.
spin-off.
Is there a premise?
Yes, but because it's a retelling, I think the premise would maybe like give away the story that I'm retelling. So
Can you say what it's a retelling of?
no, I'll say when I have like a finished book. Like, 'cause then I feel like if I give it away too soon, then I'm never gonna write this.
Okay, you keep your secrets. But is it like a retelling or a reimagining? Because I feel that whoa, stroke. I feel like that is different vibes.
No, I would call it a retelling.
That's fair. And Milet's personal assistant?
This is also my first stream that I'm catching, and probably the only one besides the other one I'm on tomorrow. Because I feel like absolute shit, and also I got 13 books yesterday, so
I
mean-
saw at the book fair. That looked very fun.
it was very fun. I'm going back on Sunday. I'm hoping not to buy 13 books again, but who knows? Who knows?
Who was your favorite author you met?
She's a German author, so you probably don't know her. She was very sweet, and I told her
Try
that my
me.
mom was. Okay, hold on. Give me this calendar, because I didn't have a book to sign, right? And it like has a bunch of quotes from all of her books. And I told her that my mom reads her books, and so she was like, "Do you want me to sign one for your mom?" So she did.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, so
Aw.
cute.
She's so
that's
cute.
so sweet.
She's so cute. I was going somewhere with this, but I don't remember where it was. Oh yeah, I'm proofreading Celeste's book, and then once I'm done with that, I'm proofreading my other friend's master thesis. So
Oh, what's the
fun
topic?
things. I have no idea. I was trying to find it to open it, but I haven't opened it. So give me a second.
And Sophie, like, already finished proofreading it, still has no idea what it's about.
No, I just started. Okay, so the topic is: do highly emotional, intelligent leaders create a high-level job satisfaction among Gen Z employees?
Ugh, I'm already bored. Marlon, how you doing?
So I'm not really gonna do nano this year, by the way, which I thought I was gonna do. So
Crime.
well, I realized how
Scandalous.
much time, how consuming it is to have a dog, and I need to finish this novel that I planned on finishing 3 months ago. So I'm hoping I'll still manage to do it during the double dibba. But currently, the only streams I'm attending are the ones I'm on because my internet is broke. So we'll see what happens.
You can still write even if you're not on stream.
What? No, you can't.
Lies.
That's
slander.
true. I'll try to, but yeah, there's no guarantee here. This is just a trying
never a
weekend,
guarantee.
basically.
Pro tip: get your dog in like December, then you don't miss any nano events, because by the time one of them rolls around, your dog will be potty trained.
True.
Where was this tips a week ago, Sophie?
I mean, I didn't follow it either. We got our dog in June, so you know it is what it is.
Yeah, let's see. Emily is very slowly written just over 1K, most on the novella and the rest on the vampire tragedy. She's struggling today, though. I don't feel like 1K is struggling. I feel like 1K
No.
is very,
Good.
very, very good. Yeah.
With a full-time job and a kid,
Yeah.
doing well.
Sam says, I'm just popping in to say goodnight because the kids are asleep and I'm heading there myself. Good night. Oh, this is early for you. It's
Sleep
only
well.
like, what, 7 in the
What time
morning?
is it?
No. Oh, it's probably like 5 for her, I think, 5 a.m., which is early for Sam to go to bed.
Lexi!
She says, I'm so jealous. I feel like I should give my stepbrother a visit. Eyeballs.
Yes, obviously.
Okay. Cool Gamer, you're all awesome. Thank you. Leonie says, I'm outlining my nano project this weekend. What are you working on, author Anne Sophie? Right now, I'm trying to work out just how to use my iPad as a second monitor, though.
Oh, fun!
Is that legal?
That's a good
'Cause I
idea.
could do that.
Why wouldn't it be illegal?
Emily says it is the weekend for me. It is the weekend for the entire world, babes. Not just you. But why is this relative to the conversation? What we're
I
talking about?
guess she doesn't work on weekends, maybe, perhaps. So the job doesn't play in today, tomorrow.
Well, it's retail. Surely they are open on Saturdays at least. Truly, Tash, hello. Trying to finish up the midpoint for my scene cards for my nano project this weekend. Ooh.
Exciting! Midpoints are great.
I agree to disagree.
No, like
Yes.
the bit right, like before the midpoint and after the midpoint suck because they're in the middle of the book and the middle of the book sucks. But like writing the midpoint gives you that euphoric feeling of I'm halfway done. I've done the first half. I could do the second. You know?
Yeah, I just like writing introductions, and then I'm like, as soon as I'm like breaking it two, I'm like, I'm bored. Next
Oh
one.
my gosh, that's a mood.
Yeah.
Very fair.
Thank you, Cool Gamer. Lexa says it's pretty late for me, and I have to work until midnight at the bookstore tomorrow. Ooh.
You have bookstores that are open until midnight?
Is it a special release for something?
I'm so jealous.
Sam says the call out. I'm not actually tired though, so gonna be a struggle.
You got this.
Lexa says so. I should theoretically go to bed.
Go to sleep.
Leonie says it apparently can. I just don't know how. Ooh. It's Emily's weekend off, to be specific. Gotcha. Well, I still think 1K words in a weekend is really good.
Thank you. I
And that is
forgot
so
what I
inspiring.
said. But thank you.
Yeah. This must be like sarcastic, I think.
Well, I'll put it on a shirt if I remember what I said.
Yeah, you can always watch the playback.
That's true.
And then she'll be like, "Oh, that was inspiring."
Lexa says, no, we aren't staying open until midnight. We're just rearranging the store. But as someone who loves interior rearranging, I would thrive at this.
Is it you that loves it, or is it your mental health that, is struggling and telling you to do something? And so you rearrange your room instead of doing something productive.
Can it be both? Because I just rearranged my entire apartment last weekend, so...
And how are you feeling about that?
I love the change. Still depressed, so I don't know, Anne. I don't know.
Fair.
Truly Trash says, I think I struggle with the opening the most. We should just, like, if the entirety of Author2 just teamed up to write one book, can you imagine the books we could produce? But yeah, we're gonna quickly jump into the second sprint. I'm not sure how long we have. Sarah, if you're watching, call in. Or Sam. I think it's 2 hours, and we have to do 50 minutes of sprinting. So with another 25-minute sprint, that should bring us to 50 minutes, if my math is correct.
And then we can just chat for the rest.
Yeah.
Great.
That is my we just get all the boring stuff out of the way and then just have fun for the rest. Let's see, writing Violet. You can get sprint from your channel. What do you have to offer, Violet? Except a sparkly personality. Oh, we can do the salty nut. Duck timer. Oh, that's a
My
little short,
space
though.
timer is getting so close to hitting 1,000 views. It's going to be my first video to get 1,000 views.
That's exciting.
I know. I just saw it this morning. I was like, what?
Let me
Your
just open that and let it
20-minute
run
purple
into.
space countdown?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
The
use that.
algorithm
then.
loves her.
We'll use that one. We have 3 hours, 50-minute minimum sprinting. Dang. Okay.
Wow.
Let's see. Present, share screen, window, Chrome tab. Bloop, bloop. Oh, got an ad. Guess we're watching this burger
Ooh,
buns.
yum.
Oh,
My
no.
unmonetized channel.
Oh, I love the fact that it's a different language. I mean, which makes sense for you, right? But it's different
Yeah,
for me.
Oh my god. Violet, I hope you're getting monetized for this.
What are they trying to sell us?
This is insurance.
Insurance. Interesting.
Heldigvis har de gjensidige.
Luckily, you have Gjensidige.
Ingen kjenner
No one
dagen
knows
bedre.
your day better. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Calling in.
So educational.
Boo.
Peekaboo. What a sprint, what a sprint. How did you gals and pals do?
I did good. Working on my Preptober notebook. I'm right now doing like kind of like going over the romance beats from Romancing the Beat. Just because, yeah.
Makes
You know,
sense.
sometimes old
That's
stories
also-
don't really fit into like the parameters of what a modern day romance would be.
Sounds like a solid plan. Wireless PA?
I filmed a video, like a clip of all the books I got, and then I rearranged my shelf to fit them.
Ooh, very productive.
Look, one of
this
them is right
social
there.
spirit.
I'm so
Foxy?
happy.
Foxy?
Yeah. They just gifted me that. I was at the Simon and Schuster stand, and they were just like, "Do you want to keep it? Like, just keep it. We don't need it." I was like, "Excuse me, this is a hardcover."
This is at least $40.
I mean, not quite, I think, but yeah, that was wild. So I did that and was very happy with my life.
Malin? Who may or may not be up to date. Malin?
Oh. Sorry, the sound is super laggy for me, so I could still hear Anne's answer while you were asking for my answer. Basically, that's how great
Just
it's
talk
going
over
with the
me.
internet.
fine.
I wrote about 200 words, and I'm actually getting back into the story now, so I'm
Ooh.
feeling
It's always the best feeling.
like
Where in the story are you?
it's going to be an easier day than I thought because I'm feeling it now. I should be able to get the motivation in.
Where in the story are you?
Sorry, I think I'm gone.
No, you're here.
My dog is being very loud. I'll be right.
Also love that there's a picture of me there. Yeah, I'll just jump in at any point if you feel like Malin. I got 189 words in minus because I deleted a page. And I am also not getting into it per se, so...
Where are you in your mess?
I am in... Where am I? What's the beat after the midpoint called?
I feel like I should know that.
All eyes on me? Nope. Enemies close in? Nope.
Oh yeah,
All-
enemies
yeah.
close in, yeah.
Yeah, all eyes on me. That's not a beat. That's
should
Britney
be.
Spears lyrics. But yeah, I didn't really write my midpoint because I got to a point where I realized that my midpoint has already happened. I don't know. It's been a whole journey. I hate writing. So here we are, writing. So yeah, I'm in my enemies close in stage, which is going to be fun. I just want to finish this book by the end of the year. That's my goal. That's my very unattainable goal.
You got this.
I don't, but thank you for that vote of confidence. Emily is pretty sure she's only like 5,500 away from finishing her novella, quote unquote. And she's struggling so bad. Come on, brain, think of things.
Thanks.
149 words on Emily, super distracted, ... Did you find your secret Santa gifts? Call in. I'm sure none of your family will be watching this anyway. It'll be fine.
What do you know about her family? Maybe they're your biggest fans, but they're just too scared to tell you.
I actually know a couple of people from her family, so I don't think so. But yeah, where in your story are you now, like planning-wise, Violet? I'm curious.
Well, the thing is, kind of like you, Steve, like I usually have a pretty solid idea of the beginning. So I'm really trying to focus on like the middle and the second half of the story that when I start drafting that I don't like fall into the same. Oh, there goes Melon. The same
R.I.P.
pitfall again, where where I give up at that point. So I'm trying to sort out some things before that. So we'll see.
Okay. Because you're not usually a planner, are you?
No, but I'm trying my best.
Is it hard?
Yes.
How do you find the process compared to what's the opposite of pantsing is the word I'm looking for?
Well, I'm really trying to level up with everything I write. Like, I always want like whatever draft I'm writing to be cleaner than whatever the last like time I did a draft.
Makes sense.
I'm hoping that this 0 draft will be like a first draft caliber of my last project.
Ooh, that's very unobtainable for me, but I love that journey for you.
Well, I mean, it's a goal, but it just
Do you like detail-y planned? Detail-y?
No.
Do you plan in detail?
no.
Or is it
not
just
at all.
like Sophie Ann enters room. Stig is there with a dead body.
I mean, I'm not saying I would help you clean it up, but I'm also not saying that.
Oh, you would knock for sure. I have no doubts in my heart that you would sell me out.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Are you okay, Malin tries to connect?
Is this working? Sorry, I tried to join from my phone.
Yeah,
really
I
tried
see
to
you. I hear you.
connect. I don't know if this is working any better.
How's the lag?
Okay.
It is better than not working. As long as I can see you and hear you, I'll be happy. How did you do for that sprint? You were saying something that you felt good about getting into the story, and then Sophie Ann asked, "Fuck me," and Sophie asked how far in your story you was, because you're at the end.
Oh
aren't you?
well, I'm at the very end, and I'm currently at 98k, and I think it's gonna reach over 100. Yeah, because I was trying to reach like way less before, but I've been overwriting the story because I'm completely pantsing it, and that's what happens when I pants. So
Can't relate.
it's gonna be
But
too
good for
much,
you.
and then I'm gonna go back and cut a bunch of things that are not necessary.
I love that journey for you.
I always
Yeah.
like am envious of people who overwrite. I wish I was an overwriter.
I don't
Yeah.
overwrite, but somehow I end up with a lot of words. I don't know.
See, I just don't know if it's easier to cut things that you've gotten emotionally attached to, or if it's easier to write things even though you didn't write them in the first place. Like, I think both of those things can suck pretty badly.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're an underwriter, it's easier to add in because you already know what to add, as opposed to being
No,
an overwriter where you're
I
like, "Oh,
disagree.
I need every word of this."
No, because, like, I underwrite sometimes, and I'm like, if I didn't write it in the original draft, like, there's no reason for it to be there. I planned the story to work, and even if it only has 40,000 words, the story works. I don't need those
Oh,
other
like you feel like
bullshit
you're
things.
adding just fluff? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's nuanced character work, Anne. It's really important.
Yeah, I also don't ever describe my character, so that is necessary for other people, just not for me personally, you know?
Well, if you do like you do and have pictures of your main characters on your cover, you don't need to describe them because they're there.
Fair.
Yeah. I also just, when I describe, it's just always the same. Like, I go for eye color and then hair type and then skin color. And then I'm like, yep, that's enough. So I should probably, I don't know, vary that at some point.
Every once in a while, I'll throw in a face shape. But,
Oh, I haven't thought about that. I do height if I want to spice it up.
oh.
I know. Like blonde hair and short? Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at descriptions. I'm not even good at dialogue, so I don't know.
What
Now,
are you
I'm
good at?
Getting words, not even that. I'm at 70k and I'm at the midpoint. So that leads me to believe that the book will be 114k, if I math it correctly.
Jesus.
Nope, I math it wrongly. No, that was correctly. So I don't know. I don't know
That's
why
a
it's
lot
so
of
far.
words. One might say that's 2 books, and that one person
I was just
might
going
be
to
me.
say 2 books and then just add in a few extra subplots to.
But I'm trying my best. I am gung-hoing on writing a standalone, one point of view. finished story.
That is rare these
Yeah,
days.
I know, that's why it hits.
It's just because I'm like, okay, my first book, because I started out writing a series, a trilogy with 3 points of view characters. I'm like, this is a lot for a first book. I need to tone it down. And then
is
I'm
it?
like, yes,
Calling
it
you
is.
out?
It is, Anne-Sophie. I'm not calling you out. It is a lot for me, anyway. I'm like, I'm writing in my second language, but so are you, so. But yeah, I was like, okay, I'll write a standalone and I'll have one point of view and I'll be damned if I'll do anything else. But here I am
Fair.
like, should this character have a point of view? Because there's a lot going on here that I think would be interesting. So I don't know. I'm just going to finish this draft and I'm going to put it on a back burner and then I'm going to start my actual one point of view book, which is my Cowboy Make Monster Hunter story.
Oh.
Yeah.
And when
It's
do you
gonna be
plan
like-
to finish that?
That is the project for finishing next year.
Okay.
So I hope to finish by, and also it's a bit shorter. I'm hoping like 70, 80k words total for the book. So
You know what?
I
I
don't know.
really feel like Malon's internet is really like the bad guy closing in.
yeah,
But Mara's trying so hard.
She's really
Yeah.
trying. Yeah.
I feel like
Just
it's more.
watch her drive to Starbucks and use their internet.
So on brand.
I feel like it's more like the oldest lost moment for Malin.
Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't look like she'll be coming back. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand why I can't write a simple story. Why did I think a political coup and a civil war would be an easy one book story?
Maybe you're just not an easy guy. Maybe you're complicated. You have layers. You're an onion, so your stories needs to be onions.
Yeah, but like to do a complicated story from a single viewpoint is
It's a lot to
hard.
chew off. Yeah.
I don't know.
Me neither, which is why I'm like, okay, maybe this should be dual point of view, so I should probably just write
Well, I
it and then
You could also just lean into like what are the advantages of having a single POV, you know? Like there are advantages like if you really want to keep it.
Also, if any one of us is stubborn enough, I think it's you.
that is fair. I'm very stubborn, very petty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like those goes hand in hand.
Here's an idea.
also-
Just cut any character that could possibly be a POV character. Just kill them off, then you can't write from their POV.
No pressure.
I
Hey,
did have
Portia.
the idea to kill my main character at the end of Act 1 and then switch point of view character for Act 2s and 3s.
That is exciting.
Yeah. I'm like, there's a point like at the end of Act 1 before the break into 2 where he's like in real perilous danger. And I'm like, okay, well, if he dies here, I could have this other point of view character that I would like to have going on. I could have that just finishing up the book. So it would be like you get the story itself in the first act, and then you get the aftermath in Act 2 and 3. I don't know.
That's very dramatic.
It was very high stakes. So
I like it.
I don't know. Emily's a fan. She says to do it.
Yes.
But I thought that would be really interesting when I had the idea. I'm like, ooh, maybe it would be a little bit like you've watched Game of Thrones, right?
No.
What?
You've
I
watched Game
haven't.
of Thrones?
I got the books and then I was like, I'm
Oh,
going to
that
read the
was
books.
the what.
But
Do you know
haven't
anything
read
about
the
the
books.
show? Because I have a spoiler for season 1 that I want
all
to
the
talk
people die. The red wedding is a terrible scene, apparently,
Yeah.
because everyone dies.
And you've never watched Game of Thrones?
I think I've watched like the first couple of episodes and then there were like siblings fucking and I was like, I'm out.
Well, you'll love House of Dragons. But anyway, at the end of season 1, the main character dies. And then
Oh
the
yeah,
rest
isn't
of-
he played by Sean Bean? Doesn't he
Yes.
always die? I feel like
Yes,
that's to be
think-
expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to do something like that where the main character dies, but instead of at the end of the book, it would be at the end of Act 1. So that,
Big fan.
yeah, basically Act 1 would be season 1, and then Act 2 and 3 would be the rest of the show.
Oh, kind of like how Looking for Alaska is split in the before and the after. She dies. She's not the POV character, but it is split in before. Stuff happens with her and after.
I never looked for Alaska, so I don't know. I read one John Green book, and I'm like, this is not for me.
That's fair. That's fair. I read a blurb yesterday from a book, and it was a sapphic romance. And the blurb literally was like, those two people, they're about to fall in love, and then one of them dies, but she's not ready to let go of the romance, so she haunts the other one as a ghost. And I'm like, petty, but I like it.
Yeah, I want to write a ghost detective story where the ghost has to come back and solve their own murder, basically. That's what I want to do.
Do it. Do it right now. Drop everything else. Do it.
No, if I dropped everything else, I would be writing my cowboy story. I think that'd be real cute, but I don't have
bet
an
Casey
outline
and
for
Danny
it.
would help you with that.
With what?
Your cowboy story, Casey and Danny, they have interesting connections to cowboys.
The way you say interesting. What about it?
What about it? I don't know. I have no
neither.
answers for you, my friend.
That is a shame. But yeah, that's basically, I don't know. I feel like I could do this, but then I'm like, why am I writing this current draft then? If I'm like, have all these ideas and plans for change, like, it feels like a waste. But it is what it is. I guess finishing something in itself wouldn't be a waste, but
I don't know. I feel like sometimes you're stuck between that I want to finish and I want to have something that's done, and working on something that you're not passionate about and thereby draining your creativity and your love for it. So I think it's the balance that you have to keep checking in on.
Yeah.
Like, yes, this part of the book sucks, but once I'm through it, I'm actually enjoying it, or is it just this book that's dragging me down and do I need to put it away and work on something that's actually exciting?
Yeah,
I had
that's
the
like
same.
that was like nail on the head, and for like me with my High School Monster Hunter.
You're
project
welcome.
shelving it. Because like I said, like the first half of the book, like I can be really solid, but when it gets to the second half of the book, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just floundering. Like,
But then I'm like, because that's what I did with the other story. I got through like Act 2 or something with my sci-fi trilogy multiple point of view book, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this. Like, oh, I don't want to do this. I'll just do something easier instead. And now I'm at the exact same point emotionally with this book, where I'm like, I don't want to do this. I want to do something else. But is it because I should be doing something else, or is it just because I am a lazy piece of shit who don't want to finish something? That is the question, and the moral struggle I'm going through.
I see that. I feel that. And I have no advice for you, my friend.
Do you have advice, Violet?
no, I mean I never finish anything. I finish really messy zero drafts. And then they're so messy that like the idea of like going in and working on them is like overwhelming.
Because that's where I am now. Because I've changed so much, and then instead of changing it, I just like make a hard line in the manuscript. I'm like, okay, I continue as if the changes I want to do has already happened. So I'm like, this is 5 books smashed into one, 5 different stories. So I don't know.
I mean,
I'm going through it.
are you aiming to get anything published like soon? Because if not, you can always just finish the draft sheet as I did that to practice and not go back right away and edit it. Maybe eventually in the future you'll be like, okay, I'm excited about the idea again. But that would mean that you don't have, plans to publish anything next year or the year after, anything like that.
That's fair. The thing is, Emily, if I go back and edit, I get stuck in an edit loop, so I don't progress anyway. So it's either progress and then stress about it not being edited, or edit and then stress about not progressing. So
Yeah,
it's a
see, I
catch.
was
It's a
gonna
catch 22.
bring that up too, because it's like, is it about it being good where you can go back and implement the changes, or is it about finishing something, but then having something that's going to need a lot of edits later? You really are like,
Yeah, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
yeah.
But I think like what I have concluded with is that if I treat it as a zero draft, I don't go back and edit, and then once I start draft 1, I can allow myself to go back and edit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Then I know where the story is going and I know what's up ahead, basically.
That
But
does
are
make sense.
are there parts of the story that like you're really happy with how it is, or like how much of what you have needs to be like significantly changed?
I'd say about 50 out of the 20k words will have to be significantly changed, because I write in characters, then I drop them when I'm not happy with them or they don't serve the plot. And like I edit plots in Act 1 and Act 2 without editing them. I just in my head I'm like, make a note here, she didn't die after all, stuff like that. So I don't know.
No, but I think if you have some stuff that like you solid like that is solid, and then you have like cohesive notes, like
Yeah, and maybe it's not an edit type of thing, but a complete rewrite, which I feel like those are different things, right? Edit you do in the manuscript that you have, and
Yeah,
rewrites you have.
this is a completely rewrite for sure. I'm gonna have to go back and then word by word. But then
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, why am I spending an entire
No.
year on something that will not be anything?
How do you feel about half-assing stuff? Like putting in detailed description of what you want to do. So instead of writing it out, you'd be like, okay, this scene, this and this and this happens, kind of like notes or bullet points, which is kind of like an outline, but you're telling yourself the story while you're doing it, if that makes sense. And then going back and rewriting what you have and adding what you have taken notes of. So that you progress, but don't get stuck.
That's interesting. I'm not usually a half-ass kind of person. I either gotta absolutely nail it at the first try, or I'm not even trying. And I think this is a not even trying kind of situation, which is why I'm like, no one is good at writing in a second language that is started at the age of 27 from the get-go. So you're gonna have to practice. You're gonna have to write shitty book after shitty book after shitty book. But then my brain is like, but what if you didn't? I don't know. This is turning into a therapy session, and I don't like it. So let's talk
Why
about you,
not?
Violet. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing bad with my writing. I mean, there's a reason I also switched to doing my rom-coms, because my rom-coms feel like lighter, easier, less.
I see that.
So,
That's why I'm leaning into the romance, because it's easier.
yeah, it's because I know like fantasy is more of my passion. So like when I'm doing the romance, it's like, well, this is kind of my side piece anyways. So
There's less
Your
pressure
side
with
dish?
it.
yeah. So it's like if this isn't perfect, it doesn't have to be like this is me as a writer, the 100% best version of my writer self. Like, no, this is just a fun, lighthearted fluff.
This was my self-indulgent project, Tash. So I'm like, okay, am I getting a side piece from my side piece? Is that where we're at?
I mean, if it works, it works.
I mean, that's fair. But then I'm like, but you always abandon stuff. You never see stuff through. So commit to the bit. Emily says, but then you're going to have to go back and further edit while editing because you'll forget about all the changes you've made later on. Well, the thing is, I don't plan on editing this manuscript. I plan on starting a complete rewrite. So I would have to, like, even if I have bits in my current draft and I'm like, oh, that's nice, I can keep that. I have decided that I need to be typing them out physically and then assess them if I really need to keep them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, notes is notes is fine because then I can plan ahead. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm stressing about something that is not important at all. Sarah says, I 100% prefer to finish more than editing afterwards. Less than. That's less than. Finish less and then edit afterwards. Otherwise, I get stuck halfway through making something just right. Yeah, but that's me. Leonie says that's what I'm planning on doing for Nano. Which is what? Editing while you go? Or zero drafting with notes? Or like making a very thorough, cohesive outline like Sophie said? Because both works.
Yeah.
What was your process for writing? Because you wrote all your 3 books in one go, didn't you, Anne-Sophie?
Yeah, I fast drafted them, and I don't know. I feel like I had those pretty much outlined, but I'm currently at a place where I don't write and I don't edit and I don't do anything. So I'm not doing good. which is great. But hi, Crystal.
Also, good morning, Crystal, and good morning, Carrie H. Author.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I don't know.
Yes.
I feel like fast drafting takes like the edge off, where like you need it to be perfect because you can't write a perfect book while you're fast drafting. So it's kind of that loophole of my perfectionism. Like, okay, I write this in a month, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But if I spend 3 months on it, it has to be perfect, even though it can't be perfect. So I'm trying to fast draft, but it's not been working out so well. So,
how do you feel about spending 10 months on something and it not be perfect and it not?
Oh, absolutely, the fuck not. Thank you.
Because that's where I am. Because that's where I am.
I mean, I guess we're in very different situations though, where you have a full-time job and I do not. So like I can justify fast drafting a month and just taking all my time to write, even if I write like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, whereas you just do not have that luxury. So
but I want to have the luxury. The only says basically telling myself the story as I write. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I know where I'm ending up, but I don't know the path. So I'm like going through a lot of woods, backtracking. Emily says writing all three in one go is so good though. I've screwed myself. Haha. To be fair, not even a to be fair, but Anne Sophie is writing a different genre than you. So.
Yeah, but also,
Yeah.
Anne, you had difficulties when it came to editing them, right?
I did. And also, I think my 3 books combined are only a slight bit shorter than Emily's singular book. So, like, word count wise, Emily, we're almost even. I did have problems because I did fast draft them without going back and editing. And when I first started, like, this is my second, third, and fourth book I've ever written, right? I've only finished one novel before. So I didn't know jack shit, basically. And so a lot of stuff had to change developmentally. And so I would write all the books, and then I would go back with book 1. And I had 2 developmental editors that I, talked to. Not just they read my manuscript and give feedback, but like I had extra hours booked where we went back and forth discussing stuff, right? Because I was like, I felt it needed that. And I also had M. Beta read it. And so I made an incredible amount of changes to my world and how things worked. And then I had to continue to implement those in book 2 and 3 because I'd already written them. So that was just unnecessary work. If I had just edited book 1, then written book 2, I would have saved a lot on editing, though maybe my motivation wouldn't have been there to write them then. I don't know.
Yeah,
Do you
it's again
regret
one
it?
of those situations where it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah. I don't know. Writing just sucks. We should just all quit.
It's what I told Grape yesterday. Like, I'm over it. I'm done. I'm going to get a new hobby. I'm going to be a rocket scientist or something.
Perfect. That's a great hobby. Are you living in the Sims world, perhaps?
Yeah, so I just need to go to work and make like 15 simoleons or 1,500 simoleons. However much you get paid
In
for
The
the job.
Sims, they write books so fast,
They do.
and they get so much
Yeah.
royalties in the mail.
Oh, yeah.
Very
that's
not
just unrealistic.
accurate of real life, I think. Yeah, I have a piano, so I'm like, should I just learn the piano instead of be writing? Let's do that.
Oh, no, the piano is not fun. I've
Oh, I
done that.
love piano. I say as someone who's never learned piano in my life, I just love the fantasy of knowing how to play a piano.
I know how to play Titanic, and that's about it.
I know how to play the opening song to... Actually, I know how to do that on an ocarina, but play the opening song to the BBC version of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh!
Yeah, that's a fun time. But yeah, I think we're going to do one more sprint, and that's going to be the last sprint, but we're going to go a girthy one, because I got to get stuff done.
Rude.
I know. It's kind of funny because we have 5 minutes left that we have to do to fill our quota. And I'm like, but what if we did a 45-minute sprint?
Jesus. I mean, that would be good. Someone is expecting this book, and it is 90,000 words, so I do need to get my shit together.
And I also,
Yeah.
my shit is not at all together. And I made a quacken for you guys.
It's so cute!
Yeah.
What, the painting?
Yeah, I line
With the
up the
StreamYard duck?
StreamYard, so it's a duck.
Oh, I love that. That's the commitment we're here for. Congratulations. You're doing great, sweetie. Sorry, that sounded really patronizing. But yeah, we're going to go with Laura's. This is such a cute timer. I
Yeah.
love it. The vibes
I
are
feel
immaculate.
robbed. I mean, I don't have a 45-minute timer, but still.
Yeah, but look
Do you have
how cute.
timers?
I do. They're at the bottom of my channel.
Oh, I never visited your channel, so I don't know. Let's see. And Sophie, what's your channel? Right?
No, that's Katie Ann.
Author and Sophie.
Yes.
Let's see. Playlist, timers. Do you have a 30-minute one? We can do that.
Thank you.
Sorry, Laura.
Which one are you
Sorry.
choosing?
Do you have several? Just your 30-minute
Yeah, I
timer?
have a pink one, and I have the 30-hour one, and I dropped one this week, which is a chalk one, which is very boring, but also I like it. Should
I'm
I
doing
open
the
it?
chalky timer, I think. That feels more spooky.
Spooky. Yeah, I haven't done spooky ones. Because I'm like, Laura is the queen of that. I don't want to, intrude.
Ready? Not really, but here we go, I guess. This is going to be a last sprint, and then if anyone has some fun
Unfortunate.
topics they want to talk about when we get back, call in, and we might
Yeah,
discuss
bring up
them.
some trauma.
Yeah, please. Like, who hurt you? Why are you the way you are?
You hurt me. Boo.
Very satisfying bell.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a nice bell at the end.
Thank
Yeah,
you. It's a
ding
really
dong.
cute bell.
Let's see. We had some more people join and then leave, I think. Hello, Running to Write. Keep on running.
And
We had
writing.
and writing. Had a Mullen tries. She can't stream clearly, but I can be here in the comments at least. So sorry about this, guys.
We love
It's
you.
fine. I will still treasure the memories of you being here with us forever. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Or until
Ghost
my
was
dementia set
iconic.
in. Yeah.
Once it goes together, it just.
We got a good picture, and honestly, what more can you need than that? Thank you, Nina. Hello, SD Hudson. She's making friends with the like button.
Or the
Just
dislike
learn-
button.
Or the dislike
Whatever
button.
your
Just any
preference is.
buttons. Just like the backspace. What's it called? The back on the browser. Click to go back. Yeah, hold to see history. You can hold to see history?
What?
Ooh, okay. Hello.
Oh! That's
Anyway,
right.
I digress. Just lurking for now as I continue to try to wake up. Good morning, SD
Do
Houston.
you want us to scream at you until you wake up? We can do that.
Can
I
sing
just
you
have-
a delightful lullaby. Is there any
I
German
cannot.
lullaby?
Not for waking up,
Oma
there
hat
is.
ein Fahrrad, Fahrrad, Fahrrad. Ein Oma hat ein Fahrrad. And I don't remember the rest.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Nina and Natasha talked to their friend about being not straight for like the entirety of the stream. And now
Approved.
I am tier ranking the midnight songs, which
Also
honestly
approved.
doesn't get gayer, Nina. Doesn't get gayer. Caitlin Ash, love that I woke up to pee and my first thought is I should see who's live right now. And it's me, your boy Steeg. Emily says that bell gave me private school
I'm
flashbacks
sorry!
in the war back in Catholic school. I am in the middle of Bigger Than the Whole Sky and writing down my thoughts and tier ranking it. Oh, Bigger Than the Whole Sky is my favorite 3 a.m. song. Oh, just chef's kiss. It's given me something. I'm happy I got to do the ghost. Yeah, that was a good time. How did y'all do for that sprint?
I didn't do so good.
What did you do?
I did no prepping. I just did dishes.
That is very productive.
Yeah, but not for writing.
No, it's not. But sometimes life is bigger than writing.
No, I don't believe it.
I refuse to believe it. Sophie Ann, Wiley's personal assistant.
Well, I cuddled with my dog. I read like 10 pages of Celeste's book, and then I also had candied almonds, and I had the salted caramel ones.
Yummy.
I hate like healthy stuff posing as candy.
Oh, I mean, this
Right.
never posed as healthy stuff. It has almonds in the middle, but it's not healthy. Like,
Okay. Like whenever people make chocolate cake out of avocado, I'm like, that's not
Ugh.
a chocolate cake. That's a fruit salad.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I got 0 words done, but I did think a lot about getting words done. Does that count?
that does count, I think.
Yeah. It's been going through a long month existential crisis, as I said. So I'm like, should I? I don't know. Let's not. harp
Month-long,
over it.
lifelong?
Yeah, lifelong. Let's see. Crystal got breakfast, cuddled with Aza, and started to debate if I wanted to go to the gym before the sun rises or
Do
not.
it!
Do it. Emily got 381, my first decent sprint, almost at 45k for my novella, quote unquote.
Ooh, well done. That's a full-length novel, though, when you write like 5,000 more words. Just saying.
Yeah, I think it's more like novella affectionate at this point.
Yeah.
Malin loves salted caramel. Of course you do. You're Belgian. Leonie didn't say what she got done, but there's an LMAO for someone.
Not for me, but
Yum
Yes.
candied almonds. I
they're
don't
very
know.
good. They had this thing where they gave us these cards, and it was like if you bought 10 bags, they give you a free one. So I bought 10 bags. And then they were like, we're coming back for the Christmas market. Here's your new, card because you already bought one. I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you. That's not good for me. But
gosh.
thank you.
love
I didn't
that
buy them all
journey.
for myself.
Oh, I hope not.
Who other did you buy it for?
Well, my partner, my mom, one of her friends, and my brother. So it's like 2 bags per person, ish.
So you and your partner would have 4 bags between you that you could eat. It's what
Yeah,
I'm
but
hearing.
it's still only 2 bags per person. Don't be like that.
And don't your partner's mother live in the same house or nearby you, so you could technically get
She
those
does, but
bags
she will
too?
get angry if I bring her treats because she's like, "I'm trying so hard not to buy sweet things. Don't bring them." So it's
I guess that tracks.
yeah. Though she also constantly invites us over for food, like sweet food. So she's not very consistent.
Crystal says that things that gives me pause. Sun's not up, so it's cold still, but also I don't want to miss too many streams. It's 48 hours. You're gonna miss some streams. Might as well miss this one.
It's too early to be up, Crystal.
Crystal says, or I could just not go and disappoint my husband, who I promised I would go. I am always up for disappointing husbands. I say do it. Carrie is setting up the Google Doc to re-outline the next 3 books in their series. I have a lot of big changes to make. Same Carrie, same Carrie. That's also one of the things I've been thinking about. Maybe just not writing on a laptop on Scrivener is the way to go for me. Maybe I need to do something else, but I'm like, but what else is there?
Nothing. There's nothing.
I do like Google Docs, but what I like most about Scrivener is that when you press enter, you automatically get the indent for the next paragraph.
That's fair, but you can also very easily make that. Like I can format that for you in a Word document or Google document. Like it's not that hard.
No, you can't, Anne. It's impossible.
Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
What are you doing?
I'm setting up a broadcam for you
broadcam.
specifically.
Aw, I appreciate that. I love a good dog cam. But yeah. Oh, there she is.
Oh my god, it's making noises.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, I turned down the volume. Oh, he's upside down.
That's sideways, babes.
Yeah, whatever. Hold on, I can change the camera to be like this, if that's better.
Yes.
Stand by. Watch my hand. There we go.
Aw, bless. That is... Can I rename that to Malin?
You can try.
There you go. Malin's costume is really good. It's very lifelike. She looks like a dog.
Right? Almost like you want to pet her.
Do you want to give the people a bit of his backstory?
No.
His name is Brock. Carrie says, I'm handwriting a draft for another series, but I also have arthritis, so I can only write so much before my wrists are like, F you.
Oh no.
Ooh, I'm so sorry.
Is there anything you can do, like warmth or cold or anything to help it?
Like wrist bracers, doesn't that help for arthritis?
Call in.
Yeah, call in. If you can lift up your phone. I don't know, could you gals handwrite a novel or a draft?
No, absolutely the fuck not.
Because of penmanship or just because you wouldn't want to do it?
Because I would lose the paper.
Laziness, and I can't spell. So, like,
same.
at least if I'm typing, like,
Bye.
spell check's got my back.
Okay, that's fair. Do you think you could? Because you do the voice to speech, Violet.
Yeah, I do
how does
speech
that
to
work with the typos and stuff?
It actually works really well. So a lot of times, like if I don't know a word, I'll just talk it to my phone so that it'll tell me how to spell a word. So,
Fair.
I mean, sometimes it mishears or like puts, the wrong usage of a word, but that's super easy to fix out.
Do you ever read something and then you're like, literally, what did I mean by this? Because this word is not what I said.
Yeah. Well, like I think I do speech to text a little bit different than some people. Like I actively watch my screen as it's going by and I manually add the punctuation. Like I'm not about here to be like, open quotation, let's go to the movies, comma, close quotation, Stieg said, period. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
I love that though.
Like that's just gonna throw me out. It's just so much faster for me just to talk and add in the punctuation myself.
Oh, and we got
That's
Madam
interesting.
Barnes. Welcome, Madison. Hello. Yeah, I know. So sadly, we're done with the sprints for now. We're just gonna banter and have a good time until we have to close, or until
Yeah, share some trauma with us.
Yeah, who hurt you? Leonie says, I love writing by hand because it keeps me from editing as I go. I need to stop my perfectionism in every way possible. Is that voice to text? Because that's the wrong use of way. Or very weird dialect. Oh, just typo. Hi. Way.
I see that though. Editing while going does hold you from finishing, so but writing a whole novel by hand also sounds like it's gonna take forever. So I don't know if that necessarily helps with that problem.
Yeah, I don't know if... I don't think I could do it.
I don't even want to do like a short story by hand. A flash fiction, okay, but a short story, like even that's getting too much for me.
Also,
How
my
fun-
penmanship as a healthcare professional is atrocious.
How fun would it be if you wrote like a short story by hand and then you just scanned it and published it like that? Like you didn't type it up. It was just handwritten.
How would you do edits?
You wouldn't.
Never.
Like do like an epistolary format book, but then yeah, you edit nothing because in real life people make mistakes.
Correct.
Oh, that's disgusting. You make me nauseous.
Or like you only use like every second line of the page and then you have a line for edits and then you add your edits in red. So you tell the reader what you would edit, but you don't
Yeah.
edit, and then they have to edit it in their
It's
head.
like the method acting of writing.
Yes.
I do wish, though, that I've always wanted to see a writer's first draft of a chapter.
Oh, I'll show you.
I mean, say like if you read, for example, like cannot think of a single famous author in my head right now.
Neil
But
Schusterman. I said Neil Schusterman.
Who's Neil
The guy who
Schusterman?
wrote Scythe.
Oh, I guess that's pretty popular. I could never get past those covers.
I love Scythe. I adore it.
But say like if you, when you did your book, Anne-Sophie, and then you, in the back, like an additional bonus thing, like in a deluxe edition or whatever, you just had the very first draft of your first chapter in it, just as like a little fun Easter egg, so people could see like how. Oh, hi, Brock.
He's gonna knock off the
Oh,
camera.
hi. He's ready for his close-up, Mr. DeMille.
He is.
But then people could see like how bad a first draft actually is. Or you could
I will
be,
do
like,
that once
how
I'm
good.
famous and rich, maybe.
Yeah, because like Emily in her book, she had like a bonus chapter that she cut from her original manuscript, and I like that's such a fun idea. But what if you did like your very first zero draft, first chapter, so people could see like once they read the book and knew that it was good, they could see like, oh, so this is what it started out with, and then I read the first chapter, which was so different. I think that'd be fun.
Would
Yeah.
the general reader care though? We as authors, yes, but the general reader who doesn't write.
Maybe.
I feel like fans would be enjoying that. Like the Brandon Sanderson boys, they would love to see his first chapters, I think.
I mean, they would also love to see other parts of him that I don't know if he's willing to share. But
Probably not, since he's a
Oh
Mormon.
my gosh, Brandon Sanderson! Like, have you ever watched the videos on his channel? He had
No.
like where he's sitting in a chair and he blurred out his feet so that feet fetish people couldn't see him.
I did.
Iconic.
Funny.
That is kind of funny, yeah. But yeah, I think, but probably not for a regular edition, but like for a bonus edition or like what's it called, deluxe edition. I think that'd be a fun thing. And like, who's getting bonus editions or deluxe edition? It's like fans of the novel. So
that's true. Maybe I'll just get like a first draft printed and just randomly send it out to someone who orders a book. Like, you wanted the finished product? Too fucking bad. Get the scraps.
I mean, yes, but like it would be fun to see the difference between your current first chapter and then that first chapter. I've seen them both, but like in like a deluxe edition, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, you could put in your notes too, like the comments you made after.
Yeah.
Well, like I've talked about this before. Like I didn't start writing till like like my late 20s. So like what really held me back for so many years was thinking that books like just were typed out and perfectly how they were. Like I guess I didn't realize like how much edits books go through. So in
And
my
I
mind
think
I was like, well, I can never be that good. So
it also depends on the person. Like, I'm following a bunch of authors, indie authors specifically on TikTok. And one of them was like, yeah, I need about like 2 months to write the book. And then I edit it and it's done. Like, then it goes off a copy edits. I'm like, excuse me, you work 4 months on a book and then it's done? you have confidence to not have the most terrible book written in the whole entire world. But then again, she's written 24 books. So
But are they
maybe
good
that just
books?
comes with I haven't read them because I've been trying to read the books that I own instead of buying more books.
Oh, how's that going for you?
I bought 13 books
book
yesterday.
markets the other day.
So it's not going well.
Love that journey for you.
Do you? Because I don't.
Yes, I would never. Me neither. Pupper Snooth. Emily is a huge fan of Scythe, which is probably why I don't like it, because we have either we love the same thing or we hate it. It's never like, it was alright.
You have strong opinions, I see.
Yeah. You have to excuse her. She's an Arian, I'm a Capricorn.
Right, that's...
Yeah.
Yeah, I also just think that my brain would be like, if no one else had like done anything, whether it was, an editor or beta reader or whatever, would have been like, yeah, this is a fine book. I would just constantly second guess myself and be like, no, this is not realistic. No, this is stupid. No, this doesn't work, right? Like, I need that feedback of like, this is fine.
For sure. And I think most authors do, honestly, because the self-doubt is crippling unless you're a narcissist, in which case...
You see, I get that before I even like finish writing. I'm like, this is like, my plot is so whatever stupid, and like that I just can't even continue because I'm like, this pacing is terrible. So why am I even trying this?
Yeah, I don't even know what pacing is, Violet. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
I
Scythe
disagree.
was literally a masterpiece. It was amazing. I wish I could read it for the first time again.
I almost DNF'd and threw it out of my house about the
What?
halfway point. You know what happens? I was like, I'm done with this.
Oh yeah, there's one trope in there that I know is kind of a deal breaker for some people.
I fucking hate it.
Okay.
It's the worst.
But what I really like about Scythe is that it has like this like campy kind of quality to it, where it's like it's like Neil Schusterman's like in on the joke, like this is over the top and whatever, but it's like where like you go from being totally serious to like almost like not like breaking the fourth wall, but
I guess. I don't know. I just, for example, cannot get over that cover. Carrie says my debut fiction comes out November 1st, and I started it in 2014. I rewrote it 3 times, once after a dev edit, and then even though I'm happy with it, finally that imposter syndrome keeps creeping in.
First of all, congratulations. That's exciting.
Yeah. Also, Die for Thunderhead. I don't know what that is.
Please do not. It's like a cloud thing-ish. It has all the information. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not... I wouldn't die for it.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't want to read Scythe. But I'm very happy that you gals and pals find it enjoyable. I just wish I could read a book, period.
I mean, do you want someone to kidnap you and just force you in a room with a book? Would that help?
No, I just use it as a pillow.
Okay.
Also, Carrie Ann, if you want to drop... Well, can you drop the link? Probably not. What is your book called so people can look it up? Is there a pre-sale up? You should have a pre-sale up. It's a good strategy.
So, Steve, are you reading The Hobbit for Violet's book club in December? And are we going to see you on the live show?
Oh, don't know about that, but I am reading The Hobbit for December. I read it every December or every Christmas.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, I got it as a Christmas present from my aunt when I was a wee lad who liked berries and cream.
Do you always read the same edition, or do you read a different edition every year?
I read a different edition every year. Usually,
I'm working on it.
Thank you. I read a different edition every year. No, at least give us boys. Come on. Know your audience. But no, I try and read a different edition every year. Some years it's Norwegian, and some years it's English. Some years I did Swedish last year. I'm thinking about doing my Danish book for this year.
Okay, here's an idea. Learn a new language in the year leading up to it, and then you can buy yourself the book for December and then read it in that new language.
I have been thinking about learning Spanish, and then because The Hobbit is like a really easy. It's like, because it's kind of a middle grade children's book, so the language isn't too advanced. So I think you could like learn a language in a year and then read a book. But I was thinking about doing the German edition actually, because I know
yay!
a fair bit of German, so I think I could understand it without too much trouble.
Do it.
But yeah, I don't know. When's the live show, Violet? Have you cemented it?
Well, it's going to be the end of December. Trying to work around the holidays,
Christmas
I
Eve?
guess. I don't know. I have not planned.
What? I find this very hard to believe.
I don't even
Violet.
know when the City of Bones one this month is going to be, because I don't know my own schedule, so I can't like say, "Oh, here's the live show going to be," that I have to cancel because.
Let's see. I'm trying to find your book.
I'm already on
Carrie.
it. I got the link.
Oh, she got the link. Can you drop it? Are you
Oh,
a hostess?
it's
A hostess?
significantly too long. The link.
Oh,
Hold
just
on.
use a tiny URL.
How do I do that?
I go to tinyurl.com. tinyurl.com.
Make a tiny URL. Okay.
Then you just put it in the top, and then make a tiny URL, and then you get a tiny URL at the bottom. It's beautiful.
That's whack.
Did you
I
get
don't
it?
understand how that. I did. I don't understand how it works, but
Carrie says, yes, there's a pre-sale for the ebook. It's called Welcome to Coolersville. It's a new adult contemporary fantasy. And Carrie's book you can find here on this lovely link provided by Anne
Yes.
Sophie. There you
and
go.
tiny URL. It'll be in Kindle Unlimited, right, Carrie? That's how it's looking.
I
Where's
don't
the
know.
stuff in my cart? Oh.
Oh?
Yeah, I have stuff in my Amazon cart, so I just closed the tab to not deal with it.
Leonie asks how many languages I speak. I don't know. Norwegian and English. Debatable. I speak like 70% German, maybe.
That counts. 50% and up counts.
Oh, and then I speak Swedish and Danish, but there's like really similar to Norwegian, so I don't know if that counts. But they're their own languages, so I still count
They
them.
count, yeah.
And then I want to learn Italian. That's my passion project.
What about Dutch? Isn't Dutch just like a lot of German and English?
I don't think I could pronounce Dutch to save my life. My old DM was Dutch, and it's just like it's like German, but there's a lot of and
Really, I think Dutch sounds kind of like the pronunciation, like German pronounced with an English accent, with maybe a little bit of Danish. Like,
yeah, we're all very similar, aren't we?
It's like German with an English accent if you have like a whooping cough, I think.
And also
That's
smoke
kind
some
of-
crack. Because
Yeah.
some of the words they have, I'm just laughing my ass off. It's yes.
Yeah. So, but my logical brain is telling me to learn Spanish because it would be more useful, and then my romantic brain is telling me to learn Italian because I love Italy, and I think Italian sounds hot.
I mean, to be fair, those languages and French as well are all reasonably similar. So if you learn one of them very well, it should be easier to learn the other ones. Like, I had French in school for 8 years, and I'm now learning Spanish, and it's significantly easier because I had French. And I think it's the same with Spanish and Italian.
Malin had to learn it in school and hate it. I'm thinking this is Dutch.
yeah, it's just
Probably.
from Belgium. That would make sense.
Yeah. But also technically, the Flemish accent is a bit different from the accent in the Netherlands. I think that's fair. I don't know. I want to learn Italian, but I should probably learn Spanish. And then I'm like, I'm probably never going to use any of the languages except recreationally anyway, so who cares? Hi, Brock. Hoi, poochie pooch. Oh, that is so cute. But then I also want to learn Icelandic or Old Norse, just for cultural reasons.
Right.
So, I don't know. She's a complicated woman.
It's okay. I mean, you still have a lot of the years of the life left, don't you? I mean, you're old, but not that old.
Learning a
Not
language
Michael
is a
old.
huge Yeah, learning a language is huge investment time-wise, I think.
That's true.
So I'm like, okay, so if I wanna write, if I wanna continue with my gaming, if I wanna learn an instrument, if I wanna learn a language, I have a full-time job, just not enough time in the day to do everything I want. My sister-in-law is Macedonian, and she learned Spanish and can pretty much speak French and Italian without having had
Yep.
any lessons.
They're
She
very
just
similar.
watched shows in the language. Yeah, envious of that. But I do really like. I am a very good parrot, so I can pretty much mimic any language. I took 3 years of Spanish in high school. Did not do well. ¿Cómo estás? Hoy? Sí?
Yeah, but I feel like just the fact that you had it in school, but you had it like every week, just helped build a very good foundation. At least that's how it was for me. Like I sucked ass in my French class for 8 years, but because I had it every single week for 8 years, so much is just stuck in my brain where I'm like, how's that? Why is that cluttering up the space?
Yeah, that's me in German. Like, had German for 6 years in school, never used it after, but I still like, I don't know, I still recognize it. But it's taking up real estate that I could be using for some motivation for writing.
He's sitting on my beanbag and he's not impressed with the camera.
Yeah, he
like-
doesn't look impressed. Like,
Paint me like one of you French girls. Is what it looks like. A lot of schools have shitty ways of teaching languages, though.
Correct. Though I did also go to Paris twice in that time, so that was great.
We did Italian all through school, and I can't speak a word of it. Still using it in a book, though. Haha. Yeah. Her tragedy, her vampire tragedy, is Italian. So
That's
good on a. But yeah, that is my hopes. I want to write a book, and I want to learn Italian, and I want to play piano. So
Okay.
I need a time turner, is what I need.
Maybe just an immortal boyfriend who teaches you all of those things. Because obviously your mortal partner would know all of those things because he's immortal and he's been around for like ever. And so, you know, you could fall in love and then he would very romantically teach you how to play the piano in the middle of the night. And all your neighbors would be like, shut the fuck up. And you'd just be like,
Then I would have to sleep from my mortal job. So I don't know. This doesn't sound like anything for me. And I'm like, I don't need no man to teach me. I'll teach myself.
That's
Damn, thank you very much. Yeah, but I want to do them now. All at once. But I think that's the 2.5 hour mark. So I want to wrap it up. The next stream starts at the top of the hour. Yes. Please, can I have this for Christmas, Emily? Can you be my Secret Santa?
I feel like it's illegal to, you know, sell people.
I don't need a rich boyfriend. I got my own money. It's fine.
hey, no, we need to do a European writing retreat. Italy could be on the
Yes.
table, guys.
I have signed up for a newsletter from a French chateau that arranges writing retreats.
For Nana, yes. Oh.
So, but
Okay, but I'm broke. So, like, you have to give me a little.
But how difficult would it be to go from Germany to Italy? They're pretty close. Well, everything in Europe is relatively close.
I mean,
compared
it
to the
depends. Do I go to the top of Italy? Do I go to the bottom of Italy? Like, that's a
States. We can
significant
do
difference.
the top. I feel like some cabin in the Italian mountains. There's like a beautiful lake up north somewhere. With I guess it's a wedding venue, but we can rent out the castle for our writing retreat. It's fine.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Thank you, Emily. Much appreciated. But yeah, I don't need a rich boyfriend. But I do want an Italian musician boyfriend. And I would love for him to not speak a single word of English or Norwegian. That'd be hilarious. Because then I would be forced to learn the language.
Right.
Yeah, that's my strategy. But yeah, we're going to wrap up. Hey, Brock, do you have any final words? Final barks?
He does not. He just wants me to stop pointing the camera at him.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves and
No.
tell us what's up, where we can
No.
find you, what book clubs you're running, and what books you have for sales?
Bye.
I would say the links
Bye.
are below, but they are not. Thank you
They're
so
not.
much for spending with me today. Have a lovely rest of your Writeathon. I'll see you around. I'll be on Caitlin's stream tomorrow at
Sometime.
10 in the morning. No, 8 in the morning for you American people, but 10 for us. Or wait, it's 2 o'clock, so it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I think that's how time works. Bye.